My name is John Patterson. I retired from the Navy as a commander. The first ship I was on was the USS Diachenko, APD-123. It was a World War II era destroyer escort configured to carry Navy SEALs at a lot of interesting times in the islands off the Philippines, doing some armed expeditions. We carried Navy SEALs quite often, and on one of the voyages back to the United States, it was roughly 20-some days from Western Pacific to Long Beach, California, we literally ran out of food where the only main course we could have for many nights was sea scallops. Since that time, I have had an aversion to sea scallops, and probably always will have an aversion to see them on the menu. I just automatically pass it. One of those funny things that happen. Out longer and getting refueled from other ships is always a problem, but you may do with what you have, and nobody starved. And the second ship I was on was called the USS Okanogan, APA-220, which is now Razor Blade since 1970. I was on there for about a year and a half each of the two ships, and developed lifelong friendships. And here today, the 25th of September in 2019, we're having a reunion in Pennsylvania, in Harrisburg, the state capital, where every year our reunions renew old memories and old good friends. I was on two ships in the Navy. Low light, which I can confess to now, is when we were out doing a ship maneuver and I forgot to bring my watch. And this is all predicated on time, and I heard about it. And a highlight was when I was actually allowed to drive the ship during underway refueling, 60 feet away from an aircraft carrier on a very small ship. And you're up there and you're going to either crash it or stay consistent. And you had the engine room set up what we call maneuvering combination, which means you would drop 2 turns in speed or add 2 turns in speed and direct the helmsman to either right 2 degrees, left 2 degrees, or steady as you go every now and then. And all the while the momentum of the ship would be to suck it into the big one, so you always had to be conscious of that. Then when you were all done and the messenger lines and the refueling hose went back to the aircraft carrier, then you would say all engines ahead flank. They nailed it, the handles down flank, you just zoomed right out past it. It was really an exhilarating feeling, and you survived and you didn't crash into the other ship, and the captain said you did a good job. The compliments like that were few and far between, but that was a highlight. Other highlights, you know, were developing lifelong friends throughout the military during my active duty time, which included Vietnam.